For this discussion, I chose to watch and review Steve Jobs' commencement speech at Stanford University, How to Live Before You Die. In this speech, he urges us to pursue our dreams and see opportunities in life's setbacks, including death itself. Steve Jobs is well known. Ethos is enhanced because of this, because he's respected and trusted. The listeners are Stanford University graduates. They look up to him in some or many ways because he appeals to their level and knowledge. Steve Jobs explains how he decided to live because he knows he's going to die one day. He explains how the speech is the closest thing he's gotten to a graduation. An example of ethos was how he told the graduates that he dropped out of college, which is really irrelevant to the graduation, but he backs it up with all of his life's great inventions and experience, all because he's living before he dies, persuading all of the graduates to keep on living. This produces trust and respect towards him. They definitely look up to him and his advice. He says he decided to trust that everything would be okay. He continues to build more trust and respect throughout the speech. Because he dropped out, he got to take an interesting calligraphy class, and 10 years later it came in use. He invented the Mac, and it was full of beautiful typography. He says, since Windows copied the Mac, he's sure that no computer would have them. You have to trust that the dots will connect. Steve Jobs uses pathos and arouses the graduates' emotions. He introduces new ideas while they are respectfully listening because he connects with them. He stirs up negative emotions backed up with positive emotions, making positivity increase and making the speech more motivational. An example of pathos in his speech was how he kept referring to his illness and his cancer. He was definitely stirring up some sad and negative emotions with this. Steve always sounded hopeful, though. He backed up his negative experiences with positivity and hope, telling the audience how he kept living, as well as cracking inappropriate jokes all throughout the speech and making the crowd laugh often. His tone motivates the audience. He tells how he got fired from Apple, his own company, but a turn of events happened. He still loved what he did and started the company Next and Pixar. And Pixar is now the most successful animation studio. Talk about motivation there. With logos, he appeals to their sense of reason. Steve Jobs' opinion makes good and logical sense. He provides evidence and gives the audience the ability to reason. An example of logos is how he's not saying anything unintellectual or without backing it up with evidence or facts. He makes the audience reason. He explains how you will know and feel when you are doing what you love, and when you're living. You'll feel it inside. He says, if you live each day as if it were your last, someday you'll be certainly be right. Steve Jobs says this, and he is right. One day the graduates and everyone will pass away, and he motivates them to live like it is their last day. And if they weren't before, he sure has motivated them to do so now, and also me as well.